All right, so we're obviously all aware that our government has shut down, and we're supposed to believe this is a bad thing. But I always love it when the government shuts down, so I can see how little things change. It's kind of fun. Like everyone's like, "No, no, it's gonna shut down," yet everything seems to be normal around me. But I know overall, in the long run, it's a bad thing, and people don't get paid, stuff like that. But I don't want to discuss necessarily the effects of the shutdown. What I'm curious about are thoughts on what people are saying about the shutdown. We have a lot of blame game going on. We were originally talking about today doing a trying to understand the media and the news manipulation that comes out about everything, and we have everything we need to go through that today with the shutdown. So right now the Democrats are saying no, we don't want to shut down because of we want to give money to illegal immigrants, and the Republicans are pointing, no, they clearly do. So before I even get into it, so were those two juxtaposing points? What are your thoughts on that? And what do you know about it?
Well, the one thing I'll say about that is that it's incredible to me how they sit there and they look at you and they get like this. They're like, illegals can't get Medicaid. They don't have Social Security numbers, silly. And then the
That's
people
counter
just they
argument
go
number
like this.
one. Yeah,
Illegals don't have Social Security numbers. They can't get you, stupid, and people just immediately buy that. But my question to that is, over the last couple of years, I've been paying close attention. There's a guy named Nick Shirley who was doing incredible work over the last couple of years. Yeah, Nick Shirley. So this young guy, and he would just inject himself right in the middle of these migration camps and just start interviewing people. And he's prolific, or he speaks Spanish, so he's able to talk to them and and
oh,
and and
nice.
have yeah. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He walks around. He's got his mom with him. And he films. He looks like he's a young kid. It's funny. It's like a year and a half, and he looks like he's been in battle for years because he looks a lot older now than he used to. But anyway, over the last couple of years, I've been following Nick, and there are actually migrant families that I'm pulling for. But what he does is he'll interview these women, and they're on the street, and they have no idea. They're just here from another country, and and they're like, "Oh yeah, here's our card that they gave us, and we're staying over here at this hotel." You'd have
Yeah,
people that like they would
and the
go to the hotel.
wristbands. Mhm.
Yeah, they'd go to the hotel and they'd be like, "No, no, 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 you can't come in here." And be like, "Wait a minute, this is a public hotel in New York. This is public. No, no, you're not allowed in here. You need to get out now." And meanwhile, if you look at the cost of what it was to house these people, we're talking millions of dollars that are being spent. And where's that money coming from? Not Medicaid. They don't have Social Security numbers. Well, then where's the money coming?
Right, it's coming from us. So right there, we all know, anybody that's been paying attention knows that we have been paying for illegal aliens for Medicare, for Medicaid, for anything they need medically, anything they need housing. They've had debit cards with that are filled up with more money than I get a week. That's for sure. And I've been in the same job for 22 years. So, but the argument is in this bill, are they holding up the continuing resolution, just a clean CR? Are they holding it up because of illegal immigrants? And they're tricky how they say this. So what did I do? Because I want to know. Because Mike Johnson's saying this, and Elizabeth Warren is saying the other thing, and they both sound like condescending pricks. Now, I know you're not supposed to trust anybody, but Mike Johnson has generally not steered me wrong. So, of course, I'm going to side with Mike Johnson. But you can't make an argument saying, well, my politician said it, so I believe him, because that's just naive and stupid. So what do? I looked at the legislation. Did you actually read the CR, or the more like it, the Democrats' proposal to it?
I did not.
I did, and it is annoying to read. You've read these things before. So since this is a continuing resolution, it's literally a chunk of whatever they passed with the big beautiful bill. And it 56 pages of, and that's the first 56. There's more after that. First 56 pages are, we're moving a semicolon and a comma and a dot, whatever. So all these like paragraphs of wording are basically just changing dates. So you see, this doesn't change. It's extended for 30 days. This is extended for 30 days. This is extended for 30 days. Bang, 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 all the way down. Now, this is where I'm going to commend Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson says you can go directly to page 57 and see what it is that I'm talking about. I'm like, okay. So I scroll down to page 57. So as you're scrolling down, you see change a date, change a date, change a date, change a date. Then you have this big fat heading on page 57 saying, looking to, I forget exactly how they worded it because it's legal mumbo jumbo. But it's literally saying repeal, and it has the HB, whatever number it is, the House bill, right? So I'm like, okay, well, we're looking to take something out. So, number one, before I even know what it is they're trying to get rid of, why are we trying to change anything in a continuing resolution? So, strike one for the Democrats, point one for the Republicans, right? So, everything we already agreed to, extend it. Oh, but we want to change this. Not the time for it. Okay, well, let's see how big of a deal it is. So, I go and I look up that bill and I go through it. Guess what it is? Money for illegals instead were that were all the provisions that were put in place that allow government entities to give money to illegals. That's in the big beautiful bill. They put in all these provisions to stop that, which is ridiculous. You'd have to put any provisions to stop it. So they put it in to stop it. So they want to repeal that part of the bill. That's what they put in, and that's what they're holding out on. So are they actually saying, no, we want to give money to illegals? No, of course they're not saying that. They just want the gloves taken off so they can give money to illegals. And that's what it's all about. And if anybody now, what regular person is going to do that kind of research? Nobody.
That's what they're counting on.
I know, and that's why it is. You can trust to a degree. Listen to what your politicians have to say. Check up on them once in a while. You can spend a couple like an hour on a Saturday looking at a bill. It's not that hard. My favorite was the "Don't Say Gay" bill. Did you ever
Oh
read
yeah,
that thing? That's the
yeah.
lazy. That was the loudest thing, right? And it's one page. It's literally the easiest bill to read. You know what word is not in it? Gay.
Gay.
I know,
Yeah.
right? But people has called it the "Don't Say Gay" bill. Like, and we wonder, and they try to make Ron DeSantis look like an ass. He's sitting there like, we just don't want to put pornography in front of third graders. That's all. So, and they manipulated it like they always do. So it's easy to check if you just take a second to do it instead of screaming on Facebook about how we're fascist.
Power of propaganda. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So here's a little angle that you may know, is that when there's a government shutdown, the one thing that the Democrats, which I can't possibly imagine, because as much as you want to say about the Democrats, they're not stupid. They're very well organized. I saw it personally myself at a commissioners meeting in my county last week, just how organized the Democrats are. They are very, very organized. They are very, very smart. Tactically, they're ahead of the Republicans in a lot of ways. So they're not this dumb. When the government gets shut down, it's not like the government shuts down and all of a sudden it's like, hey, everything stops. That's it. Hey,
Yeah,
United States, you have to stop. No, stuff still happens, right? But the president is given like this emergency authorization to determine what funding does and does not happen. And he has the ability to cut funding to certain programs. So this government shutdown could very well be just a way for him to eliminate a bunch of things and not have to worry about activist judges or anything like that. Just boom,
yeah,
gone. It's a lot easier to get rid of it and then fight them trying to bring it back than it is for them to kind of keep it in there by hiding something.
yeah. Well, by that logic, you're implying that the current administration like made this happen and wanted it to happen. It looks to me like that the Democrats like put themselves in this position. That's they knew this was the downside. They know this is going to take the gloves off of the current administration for firings, like unrestricted firings. So they knew this and they did it anyway.
When was the last government shutdown? Do you know?
During Trump's first term, right?
This is the
Yeah.
tool that they use. If you understand, if you're going to let them know that this is a tool that they're going to use, why not use it against them? If you can foresee it,
Mhm.
here's the deal. My training partner used to fight people like this, right? And he used to smile. Right. And then as soon as that punch came down the aisle, he would check it and boom, right over top. So what he was doing, he was just drawing you in. He was just drawing you in because he knew what you were going to do. So
I love
maybe
doing
Trump
that.
was drawing them in, knowing with the shutdown he would have some power. We will see. We will see. We have to see what happens in the next couple days.